Hello everyone. In this quick presentation, I will teach you guys how to invest with etrade, how to buy common stock under the platform, and I would like to emphasize that this is just a brief overview and we're not even going to scratch the surface of what the markets are actually about. And before we do begin, I would like to mention that investing in the stock market is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Just so you know, don't listen to all the hype. It takes time, it takes money, it takes patience, it takes knowledge to actually make a fair bit of money in the stock market. So of all the brokerage firms out there, why do I choose etrade? Well, there are a few fundamental reasons. Number one is it's reliable with very little downtime. It has powerful tools for novice and senior investors. It has multi-platform support, really good support for iPhone, iPad, etc. And finally, their support. They have good live support, good chat support, and they have local branches, which can really help you if you have any kind of issues. And of course, to begin, you will need to open an account, and you'll need a few things. You'll need a social security number, you'll need a tax ID, and you'll need to verify your identity, and you can do that all at a local branch. We'll need to go ahead and transfer some money into your account. There is no minimum to get started. You can start with as little as $50 if you want to. For our examples, we're going to use a net account value of $1,000. I think that's a good baseline to start with. So before you begin, you need to understand that the most important part of investing is not actually money, it's research. Before you surrender any amount of money, you need to know where you're putting it and the expectations that you have for that investment. So here are just a few quick my guides that I have regarding investing, and maybe they'll help you. You must invest in potential, not promises. This is kind of what novices don't understand and what I had to pay for. Don't believe in hype or promises, and unless you're doing day trading, this may become essential, but for all intents and purposes, we're not going to focus on that. Now, number two, when you buy a stock, keep it a stock. Don't fall in love with it. Don't grow any kind of emotional connections to it. Have a strategy and stick to it. Market research comes into play. Know a strategy that works for you, and stick to it. And finally, if you're gonna do day trading, cut losses quickly. It's better to lose $100 than to lose $500. And if a stock is not doing what you want it, get out. So this is just a classic little screen that you'll get through etrade when you're searching your quotes. And we're going to use Energies Corporation for our example under the ticker symbol, WATT, W-A-T-T. Really nice company. You should go ahead and research if you ever want to invest in this company. I'd recommend it personally. So basically, what do all these numbers mean? The last price is the last price the stock traded at. These two, the bid and ask sizes, are where most people get confused. The ask size is the size in which you need to pay to obtain the stock, and the little X times 100 is the amount available to buy at 1613. The bid size is just, retroactively on the other side of the spectrum. 1581 is if you want to sell a stock and you can sell 200 of them at that price. Day's range is the high and low of the trading day, and the volume is how many stocks were traded in that current day. Here you have a standard mountain chart most of you are familiar with, and they will go upon whatever date you select or whatever time period you select. So if we go ahead and scroll down the screen, you will have your latest headlines, and this is where you can begin your research. Great place to begin. I wouldn't focus entirely on this. I'd find your own personal research websites that you prefer. Now let's go ahead and actually buy this stock, and I'll show you how to do that. Here on the right hand corner of your screen, you have this little trade section with buy and sell. We're going to go ahead and click this buy button here. Now you'll get into this screen where we're going to be placing our order for our stock. Notice that our net account value that we can invest is $1,000, and you can view more details about that account value by clicking this little arrow here. Now let's say we want to calculate how much shares we want to buy. We could click the little calculate quantity button, and this little tool will pop up. It's really helpful. Now let's say we want to invest all of our money. So if we'll just enter $1,000, click enter, and boom, we have our quantity that we can afford with our account value. Here we must enter the price type, And I'm not going to go over any of these, but I'm going to put a limit. You should always use some form of a limit when you buy. And then afterwards, you can get this little limit box. And notice the ask size or the ask price is 1613. And notice we want to buy 61, but there are at least 100 available at the ask size of 1613. So if we put 1613, we should be fairly confident that our order will execute. And notice the little bar on the bottom will pop up and giving you estimates of how your trade will look. So now we have to select our term. Again, go ahead and research these. I'm going to do fill or kill. This is just basically if the order can get filled, fill it. If not, cancel it. And that little all or none selection tab will only work if you have more than 300 shares and you want the order to fulfill in full. And so we're not going to worry about that. So everything looks good here. Let's go ahead and click on the preview button and you'll get into this page here. And just look over your terms, your quantities, the price that you selected, really important. I've had a few mistakes in that area. And afterwards, we'll just go ahead and place our order. And that's it. And if the market accepts your order, you are now participating in the largest stock exchange on earth. And finally, just to mention, it's important that you periodically check on and be involved with your investments. And, don't hesitate too much if the market swings negative for a period, but obviously be cautious if it does so. And yeah, that would be it for me, guys. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to ask and I'll be happy to help. Take care, everyone. Bye.